Good afternoon, it's Mike here, as you already know. I don't know why I say that because you know it's me. You will listen and it's quiet. There's no roosters. We're at the family home. I did try and upload a video this morning, and for some reason I just couldn't upload it. Every attempt I made, it just wouldn't upload. Just kept coming up an unexpected error. So I had no idea what was going on there, which is why I posted the message in the group chat. So I had to go out. I've come back, and now that I'm back, what I'm doing is attempting again. But I've already tested, and it looks as though it will allow me to upload a video. So I thought instead of sending the one this morning, I'll just do a brand new one. Obviously, this morning I had to notify you that price was shooting up because of what happened in Iraq. So I just wanted to talk through gold at the moment, which you can see price shot up this morning here. These two candles, yeah. And if you look on the daily chart, it was a very obvious higher high. So on the daily chart, if I focus in, there was a shadow on here, and it was way out the Bollinger Band. And the next day, which is Tuesday, it didn't. Yes, the price closed higher than the previous price, but it didn't close any higher than the highest point of the shadow. There's a very obvious divergence there as well. So I'll just quickly put a trend line there. So you've got and this is the daily chart. So there's a very obvious diversion there. And today, and we don't know what's going to happen the rest of today, there's a very obvious shadow. So what we're looking at here is the shadow going to be further down and then turning into a red, which means that if it does close like that today or tonight, it'll be tomorrow morning, then tomorrow you'll be placing shorts. But what I wanted to do was show you something very interesting. And we've seen this before. We saw this in December. So I wish to show you this again. And this is things that will help you discover what is a strong support and a strong resistance. So what you can see here, this is the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, price broke through the 8 and it just stopped. And it just went straight back up again. And you could be asking yourself, well, just like you did over the Christmas, well, why did price just stop there? Because normally, as a rule of thumb, if price closes below moving average, it generally goes down to the next one, which would be the 20. And that would be the next one it would be attempting to pass through. But didn't it just stop there? So what you do is when you draw the trend line, you look at other charts to see, well, okay, what's causing that? So if you look at the hour chart, what you will see is it was struggling to get through the 50 moving average. So 1 attempt, 2 attempt, 3 attempt, 4 attempt. Anything more than 3 generally is quite strong. So then it'll go back up again. Obviously, the other way around, go back down. But in this case, price was coming down. It struggled to go through this particular moving average more than 3 times. 4th time, then 5th time, started going up. So when you look at that, you can think, well, okay, well, now our chart isn't generally the strongest chart. Apologise for that. Generally not the strongest chart. So it shows it's maybe still a strong upward trend. And you can see when it stopped here, closed above the 8, and it would have been safe to put in a long trade. If you'd put a long trade in, I would have just put a take profit here. So even if you'd put a long trade in from, say, here, and you thought, okay, I'll put a long trade in now, you would have got at least 114 pips on a long trade. If you'd realised that price was going to shoot up this morning, well, you would have made 268, or you would have made 420. But always to be on the cautious side, I would have been taking my profit on this line. So if it had closed, I was looking last night, I wasn't trading, I was looking because I'm spending time with the family. But I would have just placed a long there, then that long up there. I would have had that as my take profit. But what I wanted to show you, it wasn't that. what I wanted to show you is why has it stopped there, because the hour chart, yeah, we know it's on the 50 moving average. That's where it's became a support. I want to take you to the monthly chart. And on the monthly chart, this here is the predicted resistance that I predicted down here in about June or something. I predicted that price would halt here and that would be a resistance. And it did. It became a resistance. It was a resistance in August. It was a resistance in September. And if you remember from earlier videos, I was explaining this because the exact same price was a strong support and resistance from 2010 to 2013. So I had a feeling that would then become a strong resistance. So this strong resistance on the hour chart has now become a strong support. And as I always explain, is you've got all of these moving averages or trend lines, and the ones that struggle after say 3-4 sessions to go through them, they'll bounce off. If they actually close above, then it goes from a resistance to a support. So then on the 4-hour chart, you could have had a long trade here, and it would have been safe to say take your profit here. Then it would have been a nice trade for you. So that's one thing I wanted to point out, and we need to see what's going to happen with the price of gold today. How is it going to close? Are we going to have price go up during the night? So it shortens the shadow, which means it could go up again tomorrow. Or we're going to see that the price comes down and leaves a shorter blue with a very, very long shadow, which means there's a good chance price will go down the next day, or it'll go sideways, then go down. Or if it becomes red, which is maybe is unlikely, but if it comes red, it could wake up in the morning and it could be a long red candle to this support. And if it's a long candle to this support, then I would think, without a doubt, a very long shadow with a long red, price is definitely coming down tomorrow. But that's a kind of a summary on and a closing on gold. There's something else I wanted to explain to you as well, which I found very interesting. I was just glancing through the charts while I was talking to family last night. And while I was glancing through the charts, we'll go on the 4-hour chart. And on the 4-hour chart on US dollars, let's look at where price was getting stuck yesterday before the drop. Was it an hour chart? I don't know whether it's the hour chart or the 4-hour chart where price was struggling. So it was just before price dropped. I don't know, it was around about this area possibly. I'll just take a quick look. Because what was happening is I was checking to see what was causing the problem. Why was price struggling? So it may have been here. And on the 12-hour chart, it was struggling to get through the 8 at the time. So when you were looking on the hour chart on gold, and price was struggling to get through the 50, you also had a similar on the US dollar JPY, where it was struggling to get through the 8 on the 12-hour chart. Then it struggled getting through the 150. You can see there. So there was 2 attempts, struggled initially to get through the 8, then it did break through the 8. And as I always say, if it breaks through one, it'll carry on to the next. And it actually did. It broke through, rebounded off the 150. So this is a good exercise when you're watching the charts live and you see that price is struggling to get past somewhere. I'll just bring US dollar JPY up. Because the session's kind of ended, I wanted to... It's a lot easier when you're watching the charts live. I actually did do a video last night and I struggled getting it uploaded last night as well, so I'm really hoping I can get this video to you today. Why is that doing that? So let's look at the hour chart. Yeah, I'm sure it was round about here. Round about this line here. And when I looked on the 12-hour chart at the time, yeah, you can see that's the 12-hour chart, and it was struggling to get through the 8 moving average. That's what I was looking at. So while I was watching gold, and gold price was struggling to get through the 50 on the hour chart, when I was looking at US dollar JPY, there was a very obvious struggle going on here, and it was struggling to get through the 8 on the 12-hour chart. Then eventually broke through the 8. Then 150 became the struggle, came the resistance. You can see here, struggle to get, oh we know that was coming through the other way. It was a support here. So you can see here, 1, 2, 3 attempts. 4th attempt went through. Then it went to the 200. Went through the 200, came down, back up again. Now it's a resistance. So I just wanted to show you that, because I keep talking about the correlation of gold, US dollar against US dollar JPY. And you have the long spike on US dollar JPY because Japanese yen became the safe haven. So when all the bombing, the news came out this morning, everyone started buying gold, started buying Japanese yen. Now that things have settled down, people are taking the profits, and then you can see the long shadows. So it's going to be an interesting night to see what happens in the morning. So on the daily chart with US dollar JPY, it's going to be interesting to see, is that going to be a long shadow with a red or a blue? And if it is, and the likelihood is US dollar will go up tomorrow while gold goes down. Or is this going to be a long red and close below here? In which case US dollar is going to go down further while gold will go higher. So that's just giving you, I suppose, like a summary of what's been going on this last couple of days. But these are interesting things to look out for, to take your opportunities. And as it happened, I was out this afternoon, but I thought I'm going to place a trade while I was out. And the trade that I placed, I was off the hour chart, I think it was. It was off the hour chart. It was on a different account, so I'll just quickly show you the account. It was the hour chart on gold. Then that's it. I'm closing. I'm closing the video. So it's on the hour chart on gold. Hour chart. And if I come up, what I was looking at is when I was looking at the charts, I think on the 4-hour chart, was it? I was looking at this candle here. And when I was looking at that candle, I thought myself, that is the last of the gold bulls getting higher. So the price came down, and I thought, I think I've recognized this candle before. And I think this candle, it's like it's the gold's having a last push up before gold comes down. And of course there was this great big candle here. So I thought, well, crikey me, that candle there, there's a short trade in here. This candle here is just the last bulls having a run, and I've seen this candle many times. I thought I'm going to put a trade in, but I'm going to put a trade in and I'll take the profit on the 8. And the profit that I made, I'll just quickly show you, was £402 and 106 pips. So I didn't want to be greedy. I just noticed this and I thought, that's it, I've got to go on the market. I keep telling you, I get excited about a trade, and when I get excited, I just put the trade in, and I check the other charts, but and I was happy with what I saw on the other charts as well. So I was happy with what I saw on the other charts. I was very happy with that spike, and I thought, I'm not going to be greedy. I would think that price is going to come down to the 8, so I'll just put on a short, and I got myself 106 pips and £802. So this is a demo account I've taken out because I'm going to be trading larger amounts. I've got clients who want me to trade their money, and they will put it into an account in Switzerland, which will be in their name, but they're going to give me a power of attorney to trade their accounts on their behalf. So I wanted to start trading a larger account, to get used to trading a larger account, and up to now I've had all of the trades I've done have been profits, so I'm not going to complain. But anyway, that's the trade I did this afternoon. I was only in the trade. How long was it in the trade for? I don't know what will bring up the details. I was only in the trade a couple of hours. How many hours was I in? I don't think it tells you there. I was only in the trade a couple of hours. Well, I'll just see an opportunity. That's what I'm like. I cherry pick. I see an opportunity that I like. I recognize the candles. I like the look of it. I'm never greedy, and I made 106 pips there. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. So this is something that you may want to try yourself before I close off. Is that sometimes it's good just having the US dollar JPY and the gold on the left, and you will see if there's a bit of a resistance on US dollar JPY, and you can see it's struggling, you know that gold's going to go up because US dollar is going to come down. Or if you see vice versa, there's a strong resistance or support on gold, you can have a look at the chart and it just tells you what's going to happen. And it's really, really fascinating watching it live. So happy trading, keep safe, keep your profits low, just watch out for the candle formations, and cherry pick yourself. What I'm going to do is, I know some of you have been trying stop losses. I will do a video on stop losses. You know I don't like them, but if you are going to be using stop losses, I'll do a little bit of a video on stop losses for you. Anything else you want a video on, let me know. Have a great night. Look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow. Bye for now.